Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm glad you're here. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a, I'm not going to make it, I guess, it's already made. I'm going to take this letter opener, and it came with a hole back here, 3/16 hole. I went ahead and drilled another one here because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these pieces of Buckeye Burl and I'm going to attach them on either side like you would a knife. And I'm going to give this some scales, or a kind of a thicker handle, if you will. And I'm going to attach everything on here, get it all, I'm going to drill holes in here to line up with these holes in here. And then this is going to be attached onto either side with a small dowel rod, basically going through here, and it'll go through both pieces, and it'll be sanded down with everything else, kind of for pins that are going to help hold everything in place. And I'm going to use epoxy because epoxy is going to give us the best, overall hold on this. It's going to be a real good hold. And something else that I've done too is I think you can kind of see it, is it's been sanded front and back with pretty aggressive grit, because you want the fact that there's grooves in here and everything else is actually a good thing, because it's going to help bond the wood better and give us something to hold on to a little bit better. And then the pins are going to provide some extra security for holding the scales on. So it's going to be pretty straightforward. There's not a whole lot to it, but I think it's really going to dress up this letter opener, which by itself could be used just like it was, just open letters, but kind of dress it up a little bit, make it look kind of neat. And I've been wanting to use this Buckeye Burl wood for a while. It's a really neat wood. You'll see, especially at the end. I'm gonna do just like I always do with the baby oil, and put a finish on it, and it's gonna make it pop out, and you really be able to see this grain come to life. It's a really neat wood. And so let's get started on that. First thing I'm going to do is put one of these on one side where I want it, and I'll flip it over, mark the holes where I can see where they need to go, and then I'll take that piece off, do the same thing with the other piece on the other side of the letter opener, mark those holes, drill all 4 holes in these, that way I know it'll line right back up where I want it. And then from there, I'll put the epoxy on it, and put some epoxy on the blanks. I guess you can call them the scales or whatever. Put some epoxy on here, and put some epoxy on the piece itself, and then line everything back up with the holes, and put the dowels in there with some epoxy on them as well. And they'll be drove in. They want to be pretty tight so that they don't leave like a kind of a sloppy looking pin, or sloppy looking, or where the hole was filled. And then put them in with epoxy too. And once everything is set, the epoxy is going to take quite a while to set, but once it is set, we'll come back in and sand this back down right up to the edge of this, clean it up. Wood will be sanded down with this. It'll be rolled over just a little bit to give it a little more of a ergonomic feel, if you will. And then everything will be sanded down flat. And then it'll be, basically at that point, it'll be ready to go. We'll put the oil on it, and you'll be able to see the final product. So let's go on and get started on that, and take a look at it at the end and see what it looks like. And there it is. It's all done. You can see the Buckeye. This Buckeye Burl really has a whole lot of character just on its own. Didn't do anything to this except put it on here and shape it and put the oil on it. But you can see the different grain patterns and everything else. It's just a really beautiful wood by itself. And turns out and makes a really nice finish on something. You know, anything you want to put it on, it comes out really nice by itself without having to do a lot of work to it. You don't have to stain it or, you know, do any kind of thing to it. It just has its own, you know, beautiful pattern to it. But there it is. Now your letter opener is, you know, a lot fancier and, you know, ready to, you know, open up all those bills, because that's usually most of what everybody gets in the mail. But at least you look good doing it. So there you go. There you go. That's going to do it for another one. Thank you all for stopping by. I always appreciate you all coming by and watching the videos. If you have any suggestions for any videos, like woodworking type things or whatever, just drop them down in the comments below. You know, leave a comment. We'll see about maybe doing a viewer suggested woodworking project one day. That you know, think it'd be kind of cool to do something that you all suggest. But so it's gonna do it for another one. Like I said, thank you for stopping by and watching the videos. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you all next time. Take care.